Okay, first one's going to be Dale Earnhardt. I'll be honest with you, we dove in the thing, and I must have used 5 gallons of lacquer thinner. I don't know how much spray paint. We put all new body panels on it. We dolled that thing up as best we could. It looked pretty good. It was an Oldsmobile Omega, and it was a stock Chevelle snout with a 3-link. Now, he had raced against this car a lot with Sam. Sam won a lot of races with it. It looked pitiful, but it was a lot of race car. And we took it over there, and I'll be honest with you, I was a little bit nervous. I just didn't know quite what to think. But it was really cool because he came in there and he asked about it a little bit. He said, all right. And he went out and practiced and ran a few laps. And, things weren't they weren't as competitive as they are now. And you had stopwatches. There was no monitor or nothing, He didn't even want to know how fast you went. He didn't care. He had no care. And he said, you tighten this thing up just this much more, around it to a wedge. He said, we're going to be fine. That's it. And, yep, be fine. Don't worry about it. Then I think he worked on the seat a little bit or something. I don't know, something. But that night we were running, Sam was there. We run second, all night with Sam. There was another 200-lap race about 3 weeks later. He was calling Ed Monday morning on the phone. He said, I'm driving the next race. Done talk to Hackett. I'm going to more than win. I'm going to win. He did. Passed Sam Art on the last lap. Oh, wow. And now, the train was on then. This was another car by now. Had tires, McCreary tires that were as hard as that floor. And now the race was Sunday because the Bristol race was Saturday night, the Cup race, and Earnhardt won it. Pretty sure that's the night his power steering went out, like on lap 10, and he won a 500-lap race. Because I remember asking, I said, how in the world did you do that? And he just looked at me and went, that'll be tough, boy.
Will it in there.
And we come in there, didn't get any of the practice. We were really worried because what they did, they qualified the first 22 on the first day. They had a practice that morning. No driver. Him and Buddy Baker came up together. Then they're going to qualify the rest of the field. And they had a bunch of cars. And they're like, okay, get your car online there, inspect. We're going to qualify at such and such a time. I think it was like 11 o'clock or something. We ain't got no driver. Well, get your car out there and you go, okay. So we pushed it through tech. And they kind of give us a little bit of a hard time, and we got it online and everything, waiting our turn. Well, they started qualifying. We still haven't seen them. And I'm thinking, we've driven all the way to Cuyahoga Canyon. We're not even going to get to run because we don't have a driver. And a few cars went, and the back gate, there was no tunnel, it was back stretch of gate to come in the racetrack was over there, and I kept looking over there, and the minute I looked over there, and I could see him standing at the gate, watching the car go by, and then he jumped the gate. Here he come running with his ditty bag, and he saw us, and he come running up there. He said, "Well, what we doing?" I said, "We're qualifying, last round." All right. So he jumped in like right there in that corner was a portalet. Porta John. So he jumped in there and changed his clothes. He come out with his uniform on. He had his hat on. He said, "Here's my helmet." Put it in there, goggles, and all that stuff like that. And man, by this time we pulled up. He never sat in this thing. Never saw the track. No, nothing. And I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be bad. And he looked at the official, his older guy there, looked official. He said, "I didn't get no practice." He said, "Do I get a warm-up lap?" Nope. He just, all right. So he climbed in, and I remember he went out, them tires were hard as a brick. Came to get the green, and he was so sideways, I could see the numbers on the right side of the car coming off turn 4. I said, oh my God, I'm going to destroy this thing. So he come around, and the second time around, I think the pole was a 20, I can't remember the seconds, but it was like a 22:10, okay? So he came around and finished the white flag, and he was like this still a little bit, and he qualified like a 22:40 or 45. I said, "Oh man, that's good. We'll take it right there. That that got us in the race. Everything was cool. Well, I could hear him, man. He was stomping it the next lap. He come around and took his second lap, and he beat the pole by like, and broke a track record by like 3/10. He ran like a 21:80, and that was like, oh god, everybody's like, holy crap. He took the lead, like started 23rd, took the lead like, I want to say by lap 25 or 30, took the lead, and like by lap 60 he lapped the field and won the race. But that was an eye opener too for me, for like knowing. And I saw just the things he did. He ran our car a couple times at Bristol, and it just watching him, like, oh my. And I realized then, I said, this guy is like something special.